Printmaking is not a replica of something that exists already. When we talk about print, there's this idea of it being a replica of something else, whereas printmaking here, artists conceive of a project that is uniquely made in a printmaking medium.
When you think of the history of print, it really stems from the idea of sharing knowledge, and whether it's written or drawings, it's a way of passing on information to people really quickly.
Open Studio is a contemporary printmaking center. We're an artist-run organization and we're a non-profit. Our main goal is to offer accessible and affordable printmaking facilities for artists and support them in their printmaking practice. We really try and push what printmaking is and what it can be and show that to the general public. For our 50th anniversary, we were really keen to program some projects that would take print out of the studio and into the street. So the street art project was a really great fit for that. We put forward a proposal for 16 traffic boxes, 12 of which would be Open Studio artist member designs, and 4 would come from Cape Dorset.
The West Baffin Eskimo Cooperative and Dorset Fine Arts and Open Studio have had a creative partnership for over 30 years. StreetARToronto is an initiative out of the Transportation Services Division. We have formed about 10 different projects that connect with artists and communities and bring vibrant art to the streets while celebrating Toronto's diversity. We had a meeting with Pat McCauley about the 50th anniversary of Open Studio coming up, and we formed a partnership to look at the Outside the Box program and identify boxes that were located in areas where artist-run studio centers were. The original idea was to map out past and present artist-run centers in Toronto. It started with the Queen and Peter location where Open Studio originally started, and then starts to go west into the Junction. And it shows a migration of artist-run centers and artists as rents went up in Toronto, but it also highlights the significance of having Open Studio here at 401 Richmond in 2020. Now the artworks are on the boxes, and there's a lot more I think that we can do to connect with these beautiful works of art, but also the important stories behind them.
My name is Yael Brotman, and I was born in Israel and emigrated to Canada as a child. Initially, I was really intrigued by it. A lot of public art uses very muscular materiality, but mine, I don't work that way. So I had never thought that that would be something available to me. So I'm really thrilled. This image that I'd been working on for quite some time as part of a larger body of work suddenly take on a different shape and be in a space where people can see it. And we walk around the city, and what we see is a lot of imagery, but it's all consumer-based. People can look at public art and their imagination is tweaked.
My name is Pudy Tong, and I was born in Hong Kong. I grew up in the Okanagan in British Columbia. The inspiration behind my design was the equipment at Open Studio. Started with pen and ink drawings from memory of the different presses in the space. The timing of finalizing this design coincided with the first lockdown. Doing those drawings from memory was particularly poignant.
My name is Philippe Blanchard. In many ways, Open Studios helped me in my career. First of all, technically giving me access to equipment and facilities that are really hard to come by and that are maintained by expert staff. The community and the ability to have access to different opportunities such as this one is also something that keeps the practice going. And I mean, it's a little uncanny to see something that was on your computer screen realized and in 3 dimensions in the street. So I thought the colors turned out amazing, and it looks how I imagined. Art can really bring things to public space that other organizations or businesses won't necessarily do. And it also allows for unheard or voices that aren't necessarily part of the conversation as much to be represented in interesting ways.
Projects like street art are a great way for us to connect with people who have not accessed our space already. So I think a legacy of that project will be further access for people to know what Open Studio is about and to connect with printmaking across the city.
Open Studio is constantly evolving, so there's new artists coming into it. They bring new ideas, they bring new ways of making. And so I don't know whether Open Studio will look like a traditional analog print studio in 50 years. It might be digital, it might be 3D printing, it might be a combination of everything. And I hope that it's still supporting artists in that time.